Okay, I used to work at Whole Foods and therefore I used to steal from Whole Foods. Not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations on this crime is up. I would only steal cheese because that was the you know what? I'm not paying for cheese. Sorry. Cheese is marked up. I'm stealing it. I know how. Free cheese. So I'm doing this for like 3 years, like way after I worked there. I'm still stealing cheese from this Whole Foods. So one day I'm in my spot, putting some fromage in my pocket, pay for the rest of my items at the cash, take the escalator up to the front door, get to the front door, and then someone goes, "Excuse me." And I go, "Yes." And he goes, "There's cheese in your pocket." And I go, "No, there's not." He's like, "Yeah, I saw you put cheese in your pocket. I'm a secret shopper, so come with me." And I'm like, turn around to go with him, fall down and scrape both my knees. I was wearing tights and I break both my tights open. So now I have 2 bloody knees. And I thought maybe he'd be like, "Oh yeah, don't come with me anymore, you're injured." But no, I go down with him. Puts me in the room where I used to eat lunch when I worked there and makes one of the employees who I also used to work with watch me. I'm sitting there like, am I about to get a permanent record? While I was sitting in that room, I have bloody knees. So it looks like I like stole cheese and then really ran for it when really I just pivoted and fell. The guy that's watching me is like, "Why are you in here? Did you steal that cheese?" And I was like, "No." I accidentally put it in my pocket because my hands were full. I didn't wait to commiserate with this guy later because I'm like, "Yeah, I stole the cheese. You've been stealing. We've all been stealing cheese." Gotta remain silent in times like that. Anyway, the guy comes back and he goes, "Okay, we can either call the police and you will get a criminal record, or we can ban you from this store." I was like, oh, does anyone choose the first one? I'm gonna be a thief for a petty crime. Like, I'm stealing cheese. I take my driver's license and they photocopy it and then they pin it to the wall, like in that room. And I leave and I call my boyfriend at the time and I go, "The jig is up." Anyway, I stayed out of that Whole Foods for maybe a year. Actually never stole cheese from there again because the older I get, the more I'm like, hey, this is gonna get like serious. I was caught when I was 22. Like now I'm 30. What are they gonna do? They'll hang me. But in saying all of this, if you're gonna steal anything, steal cheese. It's too much money. It's overpriced. The cheese is overpriced, I'll say it. You know what? Especially here.
So I decided to prank my best friend on her birthday. So a little backstory. Me and my best friend Amanda have been friends for a very long time. Like we went to elementary school together. We went to middle school. We lived close by, so naturally we were zoned to all the same schools. Fast forward to high school and her birthday was coming up. And I did not know what to get her because I had gotten her everything already. I was trying to think outside the box and be different this year, and instead of getting her an actual gift, I decided to give her a prank. So she was throwing this party Saturday to celebrate her birthday, which she did every year. It was kind of predictable. She did the same thing every year. She would have the same pink girly rainbow and unicorn theme parties. All her friends would come over and eat pizza and cake and watch her open up all her presents that her parents gave her in front of us. It would be so boring. So I wanted to switch it up. So me and her shared the same friends and I was responsible for giving the invitations out to all her friends. So I decided this year secretly to not give out the invitations this year. Yeah, but wait, it gets worse. Stay tuned for part 2. So me being the jokester that I didn't pass the invitations out. Instead, I created a secret group chat and told everyone to show up at my house instead. I was going to make her think that we all forgot about her birthday. So the night of the party, everyone shows up to my house. I didn't tell them beforehand because y'all know how people cannot keep secrets. So everyone comes to my house and I tell them the plan, how we're going to prank her and pretend we forgot about her birthday and then show up later like, surprise. Now this plan sounded good in my head and all of our friends agreed with me and thought it would be fun, right? So the time comes where her party would start and she starts calling my phone, but I didn't answer. I wanted to make her panic. And I told everyone if she calls or texts you, don't answer or reply. Yo, she was blowing up my phone and all of our friends' phones. She was leaving messages like, "Where are you? Where is everyone? No one has showed up to my party," with crying emojis. So we all was laughing and sharing her messages. Like we really thought it was funny. So about 2 hours passed and I was like, let's go over there and surprise her now. So we all go outside and started walking around the corner to her house. And when we get there, we see a fire truck and an ambulance outside her house. Stay tuned for part 3. So as we are pulling up to her house, there we see a fire truck and an ambulance. I'm like, what is going on? So as I get closer, I see my best friend Amanda in the back of the ambulance, sitting on a stretcher with an oxygen mask on. I was like, what the world is going on? Then I see her parents yelling at us like, where were you guys? Where were you guys? Her mom said Amanda had an anxiety attack because no one had showed up to her birthday party. I was lost for words. All I can say was, surprise!
Y'all ever say something that you instantly regret? I mean instantly regret. Straight up word vomit. I was driving on the freeway coming back from lunch when I look to my right as I'm bumping my jams, okay? And I see a cop car driving right next to me. He's just staring at me. We're just making eye contact. I'm looking at him and he's looking at me. And then we start looking forward. And then I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. And we look forward again. And I got a funny feeling. I'm like, this guy about to pull me over. And sure enough, he did. I begin to think right away, oh, shoot, I did something wrong. But hold on, wait up, skirt. Okay, I didn't. I have insurance. You know, my car's paid. I've got my tags. My taillights are fine. So why is he pulling me over? I'm fine. Remember, where he's driving side by side next to me, and he making eye contact with me. As he comes around to my window, he says, ma'am, do you know how fast you were going? This is exactly what I did next. You mean how fast we were going? He did not laugh. How much are speeding tickets?
Half a year ago, my girlfriend got me a great job and a new career path we both decided to take. It normally takes newbies 2+ years to get this kind of job she got me. The job was offered to her first and it's a family connection, but she gave it to me because she saw how stressed out I was about not being able to get a job. Instead, she accepted an unpaid internship that would have turned into a full-time position, but her boss treated her so poorly that it took a toll on her mental health. She ended up leaving after 2 months. I told her she could relax for a while before starting her studies again, if she ever wanted to, and I told her that she didn't even need a job because I could support both of us. She's given herself the duties of cooking us elaborate meals, cleaning, and doing all of the chores. She's gotten me presents to help make my job easier and makes me coffee throughout the day. I work from home. I am very grateful for everything she does. My job has been stressful since day one. I work 12 to 13-hour days and I work on weekends. I haven't been able to spend much time with my girlfriend. She claims to understand, but she is constantly upset that we don't hang out anymore. She told me that she knows it isn't my fault and isn't demanding more, but she's sad about it. We got into a huge fight the other day because she asked if that little time we spent together could be more meaningful. I felt like she was demanding more out of me. I have so little personal time as is, and I think she wanted me to allocate more of that to her. I admittedly say mean things when I'm angry, so I called her a selfish person and said that she only pretends to care about me, but that everything she does is self-serving. Then I told her I felt trapped and smothered. I realized recently that my girlfriend being unemployed puts a lot of pressure on me. Even if I can't reduce my hours and I make enough for both of us, I want her to be able to support herself if something happened. I told her that this pressure makes me feel trapped. Then I said that having to worry about whether or not she's happy stresses me out more than I already am. I told her that I'm the unhappiest I've ever been in my life and that a large part of this is our relationship, but if she got a job, a lot of these feelings would go away. She said that she would find a job so I could stop feeling this way, and the issue seemed resolved. But there have been a few times since then where I've walked into a room she's in and she's been visibly crying. When I ask her what's wrong, she says she doesn't want to talk about it because she doesn't want to stress me out more. I have a feeling it's about the fight we had the other day, but she won't talk to me about it. I don't think I said anything wrong by asking her to get a job. I was being honest about how I felt, but it clearly hurt her. So, am I wrong?